Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking another look at a Gundam Wing, a Gunpla HG After Colony model kit. I never know how to start these reviews. Like, the model kits have such long names, like it's impossible to do it normally. But yeah, this is the Deathscythe, as piloted by Duo Maxwell. For those of you who don't know, this is my favourite Gundam from Gundam Wing. I don't know what it is, whether it's the fact that he's literally called the Deathscythe, or the fact that he's got a massive, like 20-story tall scythe that's a beam scythe, or the fact that the design is just so. It's not black, but it's like dark navy blue and it's sleek. And yeah, it just resonates with me. I don't know why. It's a bit strange, but there you go. You would have thought the Wing Gundam would have been my favourite, but it is not. In terms of actual model kits, the real grade Wing Gundam is my favourite, hands down. It's just got so much extra detail than the high grades, it's not even funny. But in terms of Gundams themselves, yeah, the Deathscythe definitely takes it. So yeah, like I did in the previous review for the heavy arms, this review would not be possible without you guys. I cannot thank you enough for you guys using my affiliate links. Like, it's honestly changed how I review. Like, not in a bad way, don't get me wrong. It just means that I can order more stuff quicker. That I think you guys will enjoy seeing. Which, like I teased in the previous video, there is a couple of figure arts coming, third-party ones, which I think you will enjoy. So yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get them off the turntable and take a look at the box. So yeah, in terms of the box, standard Gunpla high-grade affair. In fact, I'd say it's almost identical in size to the rest of them. But yeah, AliExpress being AliExpress, unfortunately, it had a rough shipping experience, to say the least. At least the figure or model kit itself actually survived. The sprues were all intact, they weren't bent, thank God. But yeah, that is always one thing to keep in mind with AliExpress. The sellers are not the best when it comes to protecting the packages. They sort of just throw them in any which way. Like, that is just how it is. So, it's a high grade After Colony. This one was made in 2021, which was a year after the Heavy Arms. I believe they came out back to back. So yeah, in fact, I think they actually came out yearly. The Sandrock was 2019, Heavy Arms of 2020, Deathscythe 2021, and I think the Shenlong might have come out a bit later. That may have been 2023. Not 100% on that. So yeah, got some nice product shots on the side. Some details of how the shoulders work, because they are bulky like the Heavy Arms, but they've worked in like extra joints so that it actually moves quite well. Picture on the side. Another picture on the side with the Bandai Hobby website. Another detail there. I have no idea what that says at all. So I'll just leave it to you guys. And yeah, basically pretty basic box. You will see the Wing Gundam hiding at the back. Bandai being naughty. This kit is very hard to get now, at least the official one is. But in any case, I would highly recommend, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, go for the bootleg one, because it's basically identical. Or if you want to spend a bit of money, go for the real grade, which I have already done a review for. So yeah, definitely recommend doing that. But yeah, that will do it for the box. Let's take a look at his accessories. So yeah, in terms of accessories, he does come with a fair amount. He comes with the beam scythe for starters, which is really nice. I've given it a quick little once over with some panel lining to bring out those details. The beam section can actually fold up like that to turn it into a sort of naginato, which basically makes the Shenlongs beam naginato redundant. The Deathscythe can do both. Yeah, you can also pop that out because it comes with a smaller beam, which no one was sure why it came with a smaller beam at the time, but it turns out it was just Bandai being lazy. This is for the Deathscythe Hell, the TV version upgrade. So yeah, they made that a P Bandai exclusive, because of course they did. So that one is extortionate and not worth picking up, especially because unlike most of their like P Bandai versions, you can't make both versions of the same model kit. Like with the Sandrock and that, you can do both, either or. So yeah, he comes with his Buster Shield, which is very nice. It's all colour separated, really good. There is a mechanism in there, sort of gears. So you pop it open one way, it'll pop open the other at the same time, and always stay perfectly in sync. The reason it opens is obviously because it becomes its own little weapon as well. And that has a nice little pop in it. So yeah, really good. Can also pop onto a Tamashi stage. Any sort of 3mm peg will work, because of course it can be fired off from the Deathscythe shoulder and basically become a spear that flies through the air. So yeah, really nice. I like how basic but at the same time colourful this little shield is. So yeah, works really well. And unfortunately there's only one peg hole, so there's only one place it can go. But at the end of the day, it's only ever seen on the left shoulder. I had to think about that there. So yeah, it also comes with a folded down version of the beam scythe, which, if you look at the back here, that peggle right here can be popped in. I'm not going to do it all the way because it's quite a tight fit. Unfortunately, Bandai cheaped out there. It's hollow on the back, so either you have it sticking out the front, looking nice, or you make sure the back is filled in. Either way, it's not going to look great on him, which is unfortunate. Same with the rest of the high grade model kits. Comes with 6 pairs of hands. No, 3 pairs of hands, Dean. You can count. He comes with 6 hands total. Pair of the standard grippy hands, which are on him. Pair of relaxed hands, like so. And this nice pair of angled grippy hands, which is really good, especially for the scythe. What I'll do is we shall take this. They double as thumbs up hands, by the way. So yeah, those just fit nicely onto the scythe, like so. So yeah, in terms of accessories, a decent amount, especially for a Gundam that can't fly. So yeah, props to Bandai for that at least. So let's take a look at his details now. So yeah, in terms of details, because it's really dark navy blue, sort of hides the need for a lot of panel lining, which is good. Also, like, I don't think any of my pens would actually make a dent if there was panel lining to be done on the navy blue, to be completely honest. But yeah, just a little bit of orange in the yellows and a little bit of grey on the whites, just to bring out a bit of that detail. Really nice. He does have one big booster jetpack, and these two things above his shoulders, I believe they're called hyper jammers, which is basically the Deathscythe's whole deal. He's a stealth mobile suit, which means radar has a very hard time tracking him, which also accounts for his cool colour scheme. So yeah, apart from that, pretty basic. You've got some details on the legs. They're just done in a nice white. The feet are in a black, which is a bit uncommon for Gundams as well. Usually they are done in red. So yeah, just adds to the uniqueness of this mobile suit. Definitely does. But yeah, in terms of articulation, he does have some decent articulation. He can look up, not great. He can look down a fair bit. Side to side, kind of hindered by these sort of shoulder cannons that he's got, and some decent enough pivot. It's just your standard double ball peg for high grades. These parts here can move back and forth. They pop in really well, so there's no risk of them falling off. In terms of the shoulders, they have a really cool little mechanism in them, where standard, you can see, you can see sort of vent there and the little jetpack thruster, which does hinder his shoulders quite a bit, but if you pop those in, the shoulders get perfect range. So yeah, really nice thought out design. I really wish they would have done that with the heavy arms, but there you go. So with those popped in and the shield taken off, using the butterfly joint as well, you can get pretty well up. Loads of swivel there. The butterfly joint gets really good range with how thin his chest is compared to the rest of them. So you get really good range there. Bicep swivel. Double joint at the elbow. Can get good range, but the shoulders do get in the way a little bit, which is unfortunate. In terms of the wrists, just a ball peg at the wrist. They pop in and out easy enough. He has a swivel at the waist, a little bit of pivot. It's just your standard polycap waist. He does have that same design as the heavy arms, and I'm guessing the Sandrock and the Shenlong, where the waist piece is actually on a hinge now, as well as the back skirt, which really opens up range of motion in the legs, so that is good. Skirts can all get out the way. The side skirt's a little bit bulky on this guy. If you move it out the way like that, you can do the full splits, which is nice. Kicks up that far, kicks back once you move that out the way, decent amount. Bear in mind, however, the jetpack does bump up against the back skirt, so you don't get quite as much range as you'd like, but it's enough. That'll do. Apologies for the jump cut. Nice little coughing fit there. The UK is very hot and dry right now. It's really doing a number on my throat. So yeah, looks like horrible range, right? But you can pop the bottom out. Well, you can actually see it there. Pop the entire thing off by accident. But those clip into the legs like so. And with that off, you get a lot more range of motion. Still not 100% great, but it's better than what we had. Oh, there we go. There we go. It was just stuck. So yeah, with both of those joints moved, you get decent enough range, but the back of the leg still does get in the way. Not sure why they made it like sort of click together in an unnatural sort of way. Like, it really like gets in the way of posing a little bit. But, I mean, it gets the job done. This a leg cap, foot cap, whatever you call it, is positioned differently to the rest of them, which is strange. This one goes right in at the front, which gives it better range side to side, but not so much pivot wise. So yeah, we have the sort of double ball peg on one side, hinge at the top, so you get back that far, forward that much, toes do go down like so. They also go up, but that sort of foot armour does get in the way compared to the heavy arms version, which is a bit annoying. So you can't really get him standing on his toes quite as much. And pivot goes that way, and all that good jazz. So yeah, all in all, guys, I really like this figure. Like, to no one's surprise, like the the Deathscythe, like I said, is my favourite design in Gundam Wing. Apart from the Deathscythe Hell movie version with the sort of opening bat wings. But unfortunately, there isn't a high grade of that that's worth a damn. So yeah, I'll stick to the standard version. Thank you very much. So yeah, all in all, guys, I would really recommend this, especially if you're wanting the whole set. Like, it's kind of a must-have, really. There's no way of getting around that. So yeah, there is a link in the description if you wish to purchase this from the same guy I did. But yeah, sorry, I'm loving posing these guys. They're just so easy to pose. And you can see that angled hand really makes some amount of difference with the Deathscythe. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the description. And until next time, I'll see y'all later.